G'day folks, just a little Friday update. Seems little car brought a friend home, and it's here to stay. Got a 1996 Nexen Micra. Not a bad little car for the money. Yeah, what can I say? Free car. Well, I'm paying rego and everything on it, so not free, but not bad. Needs a bit of work done on it, but it's not hard. Recently the clear coat started going, so that's coming off like plastic. Not hard, just rub the whole lot back and respray it. The roof's not far off, but it's nowhere near as bad. It seems to be keyed in better. Yeah. These are a very basic 1.3 manual city car. I think the whole shell only weighs about 800-900 kilos total. Yeah, no real creature comforts or anything. It's just a work car. I'm going to be driving about 3 blocks to work and back, and that's about it. They're not really meant for high speeds, even though it has done plenty of highway miles. I mean, driven to the city and back plenty of times. I know the lady who owned it. I actually work with her, and she's given me a lot of computer bits and pieces, including that twin GPU Radon card, the 5970 or whatever it was. So this is all from her. It's done 186,000 Ks, and I've seen examples on carsales.com with another 100,000 on top of that, and they're still asking 2.5 to 3 grand for some of them. So I figured it was best to jump at the offer, since she was just going to dealer it for about 500 bucks. I think that's all the dealer was going to give her. Needs a little bit of work. I've had a bit of a quick look over it. The rear masters are leaking fluid, or not rear masters, rear slave cylinders are leaking, which was noted. Well, it was noted they were starting to leak on the last service inspection, but it's overdue for that, and now there is brake fluid leaking down onto the back tyre and contaminating everything. So that's first. That and a bit of insurance. I've got to put insurance on it, that's for sure. What else? Needs a good tidy up. Minor oil leak underneath it. I'll get a pre-inspection this time, not a proper inspection or anything. Just someone to look at it and say, yeah, this needs doing, this needs doing, and this needs doing. So in other words, probably call Brad down for a weekend and have a bit of fun and get him to look this thing over if he can bring himself to do it. I know he hates these little cars, but they're actually one of the best of the lot as far as I know. I know Corolla's going to get big thumbs up from a lot of people, but this is actually smaller than a Corolla, and it's still got a 1.3 litre Nexen twin cam engine in it. They're a very good engine, very popular amongst drifters and racers. I've seen tons of these done up for racing, and they look pretty good, and they go very, very fast. As it is, this thing will beat the average Holden Commodore with a 3.8 V6 in 0 to 50, 0 to 60. You just don't have any top end. So yeah, a bit more of a look, probably another day. It's got air conditioning, but it's woefully underfanned, so they never used it. You just noticed the engine temperature rising as it was running, so she just decided not to use it. Either that or the fan's not working. But yeah, it was working fine when it was working, but it's just not fanned well enough. It was, yeah, crap. So put bigger fans on it, and it should work a lot better. Oh damn, it's cold out there. I'm not used to this cold weather yet. I should be by now, but I'm not. It's officially winter, so I should really get used to it. Either way, yeah, little car number 2 needs a bit of work. That's not what we're going to call it. We're not going to call it little car 2. There's only one little car, which really doesn't get enough attention these days, but I'll do something fun with it one day. Either that or just give it to a good home. But little red car needs a bit of attention, but it's a shopping trolley really. Drive it to work, drive it to the shops, that's about it. And the best part is it uses bugger all fuel, which ordinarily I wouldn't be that concerned about, but given the ridiculous amount of price increases in this country, like taxes and things, it's getting to the point where even someone like me who used to burn fuel just for the hell of it, you can't do it anymore. I mean, Brad's in the same boat. He's paying a fortune for fuel to keep his big V8 Jag running, and yet the Mercedes, his 1950 Mercedes, does heaps better mileage. Heaps better. So, what do you do? Anyway, I know there've been a few Q&A things, but nothing really exceptional. My very well-mannered audience hasn't been pestering me for videos either, which is good. I think it was about a week ago I took a week off and just didn't post anything. I didn't get one message, which is really good. Yeah, it's nice to hear people, or not have people nagging for videos, so big thumbs up from me for being so well-mannered. I mean, I don't know how I managed to get such a good audience, very minimal trolls and thumbs downers, but either way, the funny thing is, it's that sort of activity that also keeps channels going. As my friend Leo Kim video found out, trolling is actually quite profitable. Not that I'm saying I want trolls, it's just, it doesn't matter if people do it or if they don't do it. So I've seen people posting videos complaining about trolling and all that sort of stuff, and basically feeding the trolls by posting videos, and it's not really I mean, you can do it smartly and get back at them, but not really much. So yeah, I don't know. I can't remember how I got onto this subject anyway. I was talking to somebody about it, I think. But yeah, someone asked about this too. It was on the table when I did that equipment autopsy. It's a high pressure air compressor made with a refrigerant compressor, accumulator from an air conditioner. That's the starting gear and pressure control, which is a manual cut in, cut out. Well, auto cut out at maximum pressure, and then you have to manually reset it. So I'll find a 300 psi auto cut in switch. But I'm thinking something along the lines of air blast injection for maybe the flame spinner or something. Because pump this up to 300 psi and inject air through a very fine jet with fuel coming in on top of it or something like that. You want the blast of air to draw the fuel through and atomize it at the same time. If you look up air blast injection on the web, you can get a fair idea of how it works. But yeah, it's one of those things. Don't want to spend too much time on pointless projects, but this thing's kind of fun. That I couldn't care less about. I broke the paper shredder, so who cares? I might just pull the motor off and get rid of it. I wasted too many hours on that useless piece of crap. Even though it was fun, it's just too many hours I could have spent doing more productive things like opening this door out, moving the diesel back out to storage until I can get a starter motor for it, putting that on wheels and doing something with it, because I still haven't done anything with a 3-cylinder Yanmar. I've got a hydraulic motor, which is a tiny little thing, but at least it does run it. I have had it running this hydraulic motor with this pump and a little reservoir, so that's something to play with later. Clean up outside, get rid of all the other equipment autopsies and things that have been around too long. Finish off that 3 kilowatts China petrol generator. I'm not going to plug it in remotely or anything while it's running. I just don't have time to do a jury rig on that. I might, but more than likely not. And yeah, get rid of you. I'll pull the Jag engine to bits, because the block might be rebuildable. It depends how far I can get it to bits before I run into trouble. Then we'll decide what we keep and what gets sent off to scrap. The block might be completely salvageable, and same with the head, or it might be an absolute pig to get apart and I might not even get the head off it. Because these use through studs, and coolant weeps in between the stud and the alley head, and the alley oxidizes and pinches it, like grabs it tight. So you almost need several 3-ton bottle jacks to position around it and actually jack against the block and the head and gradually work it up bit by bit each day. Just give it a couple of pumps and then walk away for a day. That was basically how Brad did the last one, I think. Not fun. So yeah, try and shift focus to some more important projects rather than silly stuff. I mean, not that I'd call an air blast injected bloody washing machine drum any less silly than a paper shredder with a 3 horsepower motor or whatever that is, 600 watt DC motor on it. I mean, by the time it goes through the speed reducer, that's probably something like 10 horsepower at the rotor. So yeah, it's all fun and games. Anyway, I'll leave you all to it. I'm working full Friday because we're busy, and I was a bit crook on Monday. Let's just say me and cheap crappy foods don't agree very well now, so I'm working on my diet. You gotta eat well. eat well anyway if you want to perform well. So that's all for now, and thanks for watching.